Hi, I'm CJ Altmerg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. It's a cool morning here in Colorado, but we're going to show you a really cool trailer that I really like. We continue to carry quite a few of these Cimarron show trailers. Typically everything we carry is with air ride if it's one of these bigger cattle trailers. This is a 2021 Cimarron Stierwalt Signature Series. Like I mentioned, this is an air ride trailer, but the one we have sitting here, this is 30 foot on the floor, 8 foot wide, 6'4" tall. We have a 6 foot front tack room, and then we have 24 foot in the stall area. A couple of years ago, we used to carry a lot of 28 footers, but over the last few years, everyone's kind of transitioned. They really like this 30 foot option. And the main reason why is we can do 8K air ride axles underneath this trailer here. If we go any bigger, we'll want to up the axle size, which creates a couple different things. One, it creates more wheel well on the inside of this trailer if we go to 9 and 10,000 pound axles. Or the other thing too that it does is it jacks the price up on those 9 and 10K air ride axles. So we have 8K air rides underneath these. We try to keep a couple 30 footers. We do keep a 28 footer around. We do have a closeout 2019 28 footer if anybody's interested in that. But these trailers, we won't inventory these trailers without air ride. Everybody in the industry that's been pulling these trailers realizes what type of a game changer it is to have the air ride option on these trailers. Cattle will lay down like they're in the barn when you're driving, but they step off this trailer extremely fresh. I mean, you can go to the show ring with them. A lot of customers will tell us they can take a good 24 to 48 hours off the front end of their trip going to the show because the cattle don't need the recovery time like they used to on the old standard trailers. So this air ride makes a massive difference for the ride for the cattle. We spend a lot of time, a lot of money on these animals. We want them to compete at the highest level. Let's give them every opportunity we can, and that air ride is a great option to have for you. So we'll just kind of work through the trailer. It's got a single leg electric over hydraulic jack. On our Cimarrons, if we put that jack on there, we actually like to go with a system that has a manual override as well. So if for some reason in an emergency, if I need to get this off a truck or get it on a truck, battery is dead, can't get a charge to it, I can manually do that. There is some systems where you can't, that is not an option. Got a battery box up here with the battery disconnect as well. So when I get home from the show or get somewhere, I can kill that switch right there and it'll take all the power away from this trailer. So if we happen to leave like a tack light on or anything like that, we're not draining this battery. And then over here in this corner, that is the air ride system. It is a self-contained compressor, so you don't have to pull air from a truck or do anything like that. I mean, it's a very simple system to use. It's turn on and it's put it in the raised position. Now right now I've got it off and in the lower position, and I'll kind of show you some reasons why, but it is a very simple system to use. But again, you will absolutely love it. The most common thing we hear from customers, they will never pull another trailer without air ride once they've had one. So on this one, we put a 6 foot front tack, which we really like. It works extremely well for our big upright show boxes, our fan carts, our blower carts, generators. Everything fits really well in that 6 foot compartment. But we did put a ramp going into this tack room. So again, if you're bringing those items up here, it's really easy to roll them up rather than having to come up and over this edge like over here on this other side of the trailer. Now I do like to put a man door going into these tack rooms. The reason why is it's more for safety purposes. If that ramp does get shut and you are in here, you cannot get out. So we like to have another access point, whether it's here, we could put one on the partition wall. There's a couple different options. The other thing too is, as you're driving, you know, if you need to hop in, this is straight side, so it's really easy to get in. You're not having to put the ramp down. So we like the ramp on curb side. But up here you got a gate to kind of secure some items up in the neck. a nice boot box so you can step up in there, but also kind of some miscellaneous storage. We put 3 big hooks in here so you can strap some of those items down, your upright boxes, your fan carts, and then some nice heavy duty, these are aluminum powder coated hooks. These are spread a little bit wider than our old traditional bridle hooks on trailers. They're a little bit deeper and tall. So these are really good from the standpoint of big, heavy, extension cords, hoses, anything like that. You have that capability to put those items on this partition wall. And then up above that is actually a brush tray, or a plexiglass tray for storage. So we have 2 air gaps with plexiglass that we can actually store those pieces up here. And over the years, we've we get a lot of feedback from customers. We usually have a light switch by the man door, but a lot of times we have items in here and loaded. So we went in and we put an additional switch over by the ramp as well. So that way, if you do drop the ramp, you can just reach in and turn on those nice LED brights you have on there. Those are the OptiBrite options. We like to upgrade to those lights. Just puts out a little bit more lighting. It's not a big power draw. But like I mentioned, we have this trailer in the lower position. So think about loading equipment, loading cattle. This trailer, when we raise it in the air ride position to go down the road, it actually picks this trailer up about 2.5 inches. So then when the trailer goes up, it changes the angles on these ramps substantially. So it's a little bit steeper. So when we're loading equipment, loading cattle, or offloading everything, it's really simple to hit that dump, lower it down to the ground. Everything's closer to the ground, and it's easy getting on and off the trailer itself with those items. So now as we get into this stall area, like I mentioned up front, 6-foot front tack, 24 foot back here. Now the really cool thing is 2 traveling gates. The traveling gates are such an awesome option. Everybody absolutely loves them. You can see as things progress over years, we used to just keep 1 traveling gate up front, and then we would have a fixed gate at the back, and it would be 9.3 off the back gate, because then we can put an 8-foot chute, wheels, handles behind it, between those 2 gates. But you were stuck. That's where that gate lived. Everybody wants the versatility, so we've gone to just completely, two traveling gates on these trailers. You can set it every foot in this trailer, so you can really manipulate stall options all you want. On the rear gate here, we opted for a 48-inch swing, no threshold. And then on the front gate, we did a no threshold with slider. So you've got a couple different options for gates. The cool thing is this one's up against that partition wall, so we can create 2 stall areas right now. We can incorporate this gate and create 3, or you can even roll that gate ahead of the ramp and lock it into place as well and just have one big open space. So there's a lot of different things you can do in here. And some options that we went with is high and low tie rails in here for you, so you can tie cattle down, you can tie them up. We tapered the fenders. We didn't want a 90-degree angle in here, so on these trailers we like to go in and taper those, just trying to create a little bit safer stall area for the cattle. I'll show you the fold down air slats outside, but one of the big things is in traveling, especially in the summer months, is keeping cattle nice and cool. So on every Cimarron you get their insulated roof, which is phenomenal. It will keep this stall area about 20% cooler than an aluminum sheeted roof. When we first were building these trailers, we were building them 6'8" tall, because again, we were trying to get the heat away from cattle as heat rises. But then we were finding out with this insulated roof, man, it makes a big difference. So we could actually go to 6'4" tall, so cut down that profile of the trailer so it pulls even better and better mileage for you. And again, we're not dealing with big tall horses, we're dealing with show cattle, so we don't need that added height. So 6'4" tall. If you get to the center, it's actually about 6'6". And then your cattle are standing on the industry's best floor on the market. 4-inch centers. It's a 12-inch deck, extruded piece of aluminum. Those 4-inch centers now picture hoof size of a steer, a heifer, a bull, Wherever they're standing on this floor, they're standing on a support beam. So this floor is going to hold up extremely well for you. And then we can also manipulate airflow with the two-way roof vents. We've got 8 of them on this trailer, and we'll show you outside here what I'm talking about for airflow. And so what you can do is, you can see we've got 2 rows of plexiglass up high. We can remove those if we want to, but the cool thing is because of that roof, it keeps that stall area cooler. So a lot of people actually keep their plexiglass in because it keeps the sun off of the cattle because it's tinted. And then they open up this big lower air gap. With these aluminum fold down slats, we can create a bigger gap here on the bottom. And then as we manipulate those roof vents, we can actually force air down and out the side of the trailer here. Well, you got to think about where those cattle are. If they're standing up, their chest floor is going to be in this area, and if they lay down, so is their, their nose. So we're getting airflow down to where the cattle need to be to keep them cool. That chest floor is their radiator. So we're again forcing the air down and out the trailer. If you have these plexiglass, inserts out, the air on those roof vents will actually just come out the top of the trailer. So we're not forcing air down to the cattle themselves. But those are really nice because these lower ones, you can just run around this trailer. I mean, this is a really cool morning here in Colorado. It's not going to get that hot today, but we will have cool evenings and warm days. You can leave your house, have these up, and then as it starts to warm up, it's pretty easy to stop and run around this trailer and open this up. I mean, it's very, very simple to just flip these up and down and not have to deal with the plexiglass and storing it. We put some tie rails out here, high and low for you. We understand you're going to be showing off this trailer. Sometimes you need to tie some cattle up. Also, if you're using them as a tie out itself, you've got lowers. We can go in and add another piece that goes over the wheel wells if you're wanting to tie out all the way across this trailer itself. You'll notice that we're doing this amber turn signal in the middle of all of our bigger trailers, 8 foot wide, longer trailers, all our living quarters, because it's just, these are bigger trailers, and what we want is we want people to understand when we're braking and when we're wanting to turn lanes. A lot of people don't pay attention to trailers. Everybody understands that. So this guy here will indicate when you turn your blinker on, it'll flash. When you hit your brakes, it'll turn on as well. And it's also another little marker light for you. So we really like to incorporate that on a lot of these trailers. Up on the top rail, you've got your button lights. So they're a little bit smaller, but boy, they put out a lot of light. They look really cool at night. You've got some load lights over your side ramps. I mean, we tried to equip this. We understand that you're going to be loading and unloading when it's going to be dark a lot of times. So we tried to equip it with a lot of lighting for you. So again, two 8,000-pound air ride axles. Again, when we lift this trailer up, it'll pick it up about 2.5 inches. So before we're done, I'll go ahead and turn it on, and we'll come back here and double check that and see how that got it picked up. 16 ply tires, 17.5 aluminum wheels. Those are nitrogen filled tires, so you're not going to have major fluctuations in air pressure. You also get 1 year, no questions asked warranty on those tires, which is fantastic. If something does happen, you take some pictures, send it in, they send you a new tire. You do get 2 years of roadside assistance along with that. So a couple different things we've done back here. Again, we added more load lights for you. We understand you're going to be, again, loading, unloading at night. But we actually made this slider gate opening a little bit bigger. That's 36 inches. We can clear it because it's an 8 foot wide trailer. This gate will clear. We don't have any hardware sticking out in the opening. But we understand that, yes, you are going to be loading some big bred heifers, some big fat steers, maybe some bulls. The more of an opening we can create, the better. So we opted for that. You have your light switches back here to run all these lights, everything individual, whether it's a stall, each side, the rear of the trailer, whatever you want there. This will give you a good picture of that polished extrusion on the side. it just makes these trailers look so sharp. You don't want to acid wash these trailers, you want to citrus wash them. Acid will burn them, it'll give it a smoky look to it, but if you citrus wash it, it'll just brighten it up. They do take a little bit more maintenance. I mean, to really keep them looking nice and sharp, a good citrus wash and get in the truck and drive down the road for a while to get that water off of it so it doesn't water spot, or just take a towel and just wipe it down really quick and you'll be good to go. So more exterior tie rails on this side of the trailer. We put an escape door on it so you can jump into that stall area if you want. We've got a fold down step on both of these doors over here, so this escape door and then our front tack door up here as well. But it's just really nice and easy just stepping on that rather than going flat-footed up and over that ledge. That is a pretty big step, so that's really nice to be able to do. So I'm gonna go ahead, if you actually want to step over here, Cherish, I'm going to turn on that air ride and we'll get it in the raised position and we'll kind of let it do its thing, and we'll get our stock number on this trailer here in a minute. But again, very, very easy to use. I hit this switch back here to the on, which will kick the compressor on. Again, self-contained. And then I'm going to roll our knob to the raised position, and this will start to pick this trailer up. But as it's kind of going through that bit of a motion there, I'll give you the stock number on this trailer. It is 5N 200 854. It is a 2021 Cimarron Stierwalt Signature Series, 30 foot. Again, 8 foot wide, 6'4" tall, 6 foot front tack, 24 stall area, air ride suspension, 2 traveling gates, on and on and on and on. I got a lot of friends that want this trailer, but they're too broke to buy this Cadillac. So as we're working our way back here, now as we get back here to this wheel well, it's already starting to pick up a little bit. Earlier I could just barely put about 3 fingers between there, and now I can get 4 fingers and it'll continue to rise up. And again, it's that simple. You turn it on, put it in the raised position, and you drive down the road. But again, ask people that have air ride trailers what it does for their cattle, how it pulls, and I guarantee you they will tell you they absolutely love it. This system has come a long ways. The old air ride systems, if you lost air pressure, you couldn't go anywhere with the trailer. This has rubber torsion axles with a shock kit, so if something does happen to your air ride system, you can get down the road perfectly fine. But if you've got the air ride, turn it on and go down the road and really, really enjoy that. So we appreciate you tuning in. We have this trailer. We've got more of these on order. We have a 28 and a 30 on hand available today, including this 30 footer as well. So give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. 303-684-3400. Thanks for tuning in.